Hello and welcome to this podcast edition of Sam's Alternatives with me, Sam. Episode 41, I'll be chatting to Connor Dixon from New Zealand metal band No Life, who I'm a huge fan of. For those that don't know, No Life actually took out number one in the top 1200 best songs of 2024 last year with Obnoxious featuring Amua. Will it poll at number one again in 2025's countdown? I guess we'll have to wait and see in December. Just before Con joins, we've got a few things to get through. Heaps of new releases: Bloom, Fall Weather, Suspended Animation, Rise from Ashes, The Boondocks, also Deficit, Auratech, Ruin Nation, Our Demise, among others. Interviews coming up: Roronoa, Saturday the 18th of October, Saturday the 25th of October, Glow, Saturday the 1st of November, Carly Jewel, Thursday the 6th of November is Tidewalker, 11th of November, Tuesday, will be David Jones, Tuesday the 18th of November, Neo Stereo, Sunday the 23rd of November, Civilians, Sunday the 7th of December, Cascade Effect, and Saturday the 13th of December will be, of course, Terry Truen, which is also the start of the top 2,500 best songs of the 2020 so far, Aussie and New Zealand. All right, Connor's in the lobby. I'll let Connor in and we'll start this interview, as they say.
Hey, g'day,
Afternoon,
mate.
or actually, should I say evening, Connor, because you're in New Zealand, so technically it's evening over in New Zealand, so sorry.
That's the one.
Afternoon
You're good.
in Victoria, evening over there. I'm doing well, Connor. It's great to catch up. I always love catching up with anyone in No Life, and I'm a huge fan, as you know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Of course, Connor is the vocalist of New Zealand metal band No Life, who are touring with Ocean Grove and Banks Arcade in December in New Zealand, which sounds awesome.
Yeah, stoked. It's going to be wicked.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll give you a shout out for the t-shirt as well. Thanks for wearing it.
Oh,
Awesome.
yes. I was looking for the other one and I realised it was in the washing basket and it wasn't dry. So I'm like, whoops. Oh, shit. I better wear something that's No Life because Connor's on.
The man. Appreciate it. No, it's a good one. That's my favourite tee that we've got so far. So
I've got to be honest. I like it too. I think it's the best one.
Hell yeah.
I'm not saying it because I'm wearing it or being biased because I'm interviewing Connor from the band, but it is my favourite t-shirt.
Hell
yeah. So, of course, No Life, as mentioned in the briefing, last year took out number one in the best songs of 2024. Now, there is a lot of speculation where Obnoxious will poll in the best songs of the 2020 so far, because some are saying it might do what no other band has done in my countdowns and go back to back, but there's a little bit of competition.
There is. There's a lot of good songs coming out this year, so I mean, if it does, hell yeah, I'll take that. But there's a lot of there's been some awesome music from bands throughout Australia this year that have give us a run for our money. I mean, I feel like most of the bands coming out of Oz do that as is, so we'll
yes.
see.
I'll tell you what though, Connor, there's a lot of good music coming out of New Zealand as well, because a lot of people say the Aussie music scene's good. What about bands like Alien Weaponry and Shepherd's Reign, Rising Tide, No Life, Crooked Royals? Like, I could go on.
Yeah. I mean, the Rising Tide are very good friends, so hearing their name is it's pretty awesome. So those guys are fucking great. Their music's sick. The new stuff that they've put out recently is incredible as well. So yeah, they're killing it. Amana, he dropped their new single as well. They're awesome. Like Ethan and Jared and April and Jethro, they're great people as well. Their music's sick. Brawler, they're great. There's like some new bands coming out called Shuriken, which are like straight up hardcore. They're incredible as well. So it's kind of cool to see this resurgence of hardcore and core coming out of New Zealand, So, it's few and far between. I feel like Australia obviously has got the population and more of a market for it, but it's cool that New Zealand is slowly, starting to wake up and do some cool shit other than just, slam and death metal. So it's quite cool that there's some breakdowns in there. So
certainly are, and I am really starting to get into Shuriken and Amanaki. Like, I was a big fan of Amanaki before Jaws dropped, but I feel like they're gone from strength to strength with their
Mm,
songs. Like they're getting better
100%.
each release, which is awesome to see.
Mm, I'd agree. Yeah, cool guys. Well, and gal, they've been grinding for a while, so it's kind of cool to see that they're starting to find their sort of sound, and yeah, it's just getting better and better, which is quite cool. So sick band, shout out.
Yes, and also shout out to Ethan who does the New Music Fridays on Silly Goose, and also he's got a Spotify profile that's updated
Yeah.
each week.
Oh man, I'd be lost if it wasn't for him. He's always showing me new bands. Not that I gas him up as much as I should, but I definitely check out what he's got on each Friday. That's for sure.
I just don't know how he can keep up with it all. Like he's in a band, he's doing that, he seems to be doing so much stuff, which is awesome, and I totally think it's a great thing when you're in the music scene to see what Jared is doing. Sorry, Jared, wrong member again
Ethan.
from
Yeah.
Abenaki. Ethan, sorry. Yeah, it just goes to show that he's well known in the New Zealand scene, and I think a lot of people are starting to see a lot of the stuff he's doing here in
Mm.
Australia as well.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. So it's quite cool to see. Yeah, he's the man.
Of course, I have seen No Life before. I've actually seen you guys twice this year, which has never happened with a New
Mm.
Zealand band.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Well, it was meant to be at Stay Gold the first show, but then got moved to the Revolver due to Stay Gold's walls blowing over or whatever
Yeah.
the case
Yeah.
was. And
Yeah.
then, of course, a couple of months ago with Dissect at Stay Gold, which was an awesome show as well.
Ah, man. Shout out to Tim for putting that on and dissecting graphic nature, man. I'm still fizzing from that show and that run. I mean, I've got like a thing back home, and it's like all signed by everyone that performed, like including the crew. And bro, that's just what I do this shit for, eh? And like that run was just awesome. So it was cool to see you come out for both the No Face No Case shows, and for that, hopefully we'll be back in the new year with some shows. I think we're trying to book some stuff at the moment, so you'll definitely be seeing more and more of us. So yeah, that
Well,
I can't get over that show at Stay Gold. Just the whole run. It was chef's kiss. It was
yeah.
good.
I actually have said to Tim, I said that that is one of the best shows, not only that Tim and Obsolete Music have put on, but in general. That was a
Mhm.
fucking awesome show.
Oh, absolutely. For a relatively new company, they're doing very well, and they care about all the artists, they care about the crew, Tim and Greeny, and I guess and Jake now. Incredible dudes. So Tim, I mean, I'm probably biased because Tim's our manager and our booker, but man, they're just cool people. They care. It's not just about making money, which I think has been lost recently with outfits. But hey, he's the man and cares about it, and I'm glad that he took a chance on us Kiwi lads and wants to see us go places. So yeah, it's incredible that show. That's for sure.
Yeah. And that No Face, No Case show at
Ah,
Revolver.
fuck what? Fuck wild.
I've seen some crazy shit, Connor, in live music. I don't think I've ever seen a flying DeLorean from Star Wars just go
Oh my
across
god.
a mosh pit.
Oh, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. I didn't get to stick around for that because I'm still recovering from major knee surgery that I had at the end of last year. But I left before seeing that happen just so I could rest. And I saw the Snapchats, I saw the Instagram stories, I saw the photos, and I'm like, it was loose. I thought I was loose, man, but man, those boys from Prague are out there, eh? Great dudes as well, and yeah, fun. Just
Uh,
not those stairs. Revolver, get a fucking elevator, please. I'm
yeah.
old.
Look,
My knees are like 80-year-olds.
I've got to agree with you there, Connor. Actually, I not that I hate venues with stairs, but like if you look at somewhere like Stay Gold, for example, or Bergie Bad Room, where it's no stairs to get
Mhm.
your stuff in and out of the venue, that's so ideal. But
Yeah.
Revolver, it's not like one or two stairs, it's like 30 or 40 just to get
Yeah.
up to the actual stage area.
I mean, getting up into that room though, and then seeing like the cage and stuff, it's like it kind of makes it worth it. But yeah, man, I'm recovering from major knee surgery, and I've done the other knee, and like I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So carrying merch and cabs and heads and all that sort of stuff. It's not fun.
Ah. Now you are over your knee surgery, obviously, Connor. I'm
Yeah,
hoping. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. For now, hopefully it doesn't pop back off, but
Well,
we're all right.
hopefully Sam hasn't just put a jinx on it now after that.
Yeah. Oh, hey, well, we played King Street two times since the injury, so I'm one. It's two and I'm up at the moment. It's 2-1 to me, so yeah, I'm all good now.
Well, I gotta say, as much as I loved that Revolver show, I realised that when I got home and got up the next morning, not that it's knee surgery, but I actually had developed shingles.
Oh
And like,
no.
it's like this was the best night, and I woke up and there's this big rash on me. I'm like, oh no, don't tell me this is what I think it is.
Revs,
Yeah,
Revs is up and you're down.
it's just like, come on. And they're like, it's shingles. I'm like, don't tell me that. I had the best fucking night the night before you've told me this, and now, but,
Now you're stressing me out.
but
Now you've
no.
done it. Now you've done it. You're stressing me out.
It could have been that Sam had done a fair bit of stuff that week in the lead up to the Revolver show. Like, I'd
That's
worked 4 straight days, and I think I'd been at a gig the Wednesday night of that week as well. I'm just like, yeah, maybe this is telling me to actually slow down a little bit.
Yeah, simmer up, Sam. Simmer down. Simmer down.
Ah, all right. A few things off the top. Swearing is allowed because both Connor and myself have already dropped a couple of F bombs, and it
Oh,
probably
fuck, did we?
won't be the last that Sam drops either. So
That's
it's
right. It's not
gen-
PG around here.
well, if you listen to some of No Life's music,
Oh
obnoxious
yeah.
and one hitter to be precise, and seven
Uh,
certainly not PG.
no. R18.
I was singing the chorus at work to One Hitter. I'm like, oh no, Sam, you can't sing the opening and the chorus to One
Yeah.
Hitter because there'll be a lot
You'll
of
get in trouble.
customers looking at you saying, what did you just tell me to do?
Shut the f up.
Yeah. Connor said it perfectly.
Yeah, I'm
But
trying to work. I just work here.
yeah.
Ah.
Well, I don't know about New Zealand, but I think there's actually a couple of restaurants in Australia where you can actually be like a Karen, where you can actually tell customers what they think.
Oh, I think there might be. I can't say I've ever been to one, but I have heard about them. So,
But I think, though, Connor, the one in Melbourne might have been shut down, and I'm wondering that most people would have just not gone there or would have told everyone else if you don't want to be yelled at by a worker, do not go there.
I mean, I don't want to get insulted or already got low self-esteem. So, fair enough.
Oh. So generally, Connor, the chat is a chat. It's normally, I call it an interview, but it's more get to know a bit about No Life, what I don't know,
Yeah.
which
hmm
I'm sure there is a lot.
Yep.
This episode will be uploaded tomorrow along with the Spotify playlist with both Obnoxious and One Hitter and a few other
Awesome.
No Life songs on there.
Sick. Awesome.
Will it be the last time we see No Life at the top of a list this year? Sam, shut up. Don't give away any predictions.
I don't know. There might be something coming out that might take the top. Who knows?
Oh, Gloom in the Corner are starting to push really well, and I've been digging Assassination Run like crazy.
hmm Sick
But
band.
yeah,
Incredible band. Great music. Great dudes. You know, Mikey's fucking awesome. I've only had the chance of meeting him once, but cool guy. He's a short king. Let's go. Um, just like me, so it's all good. Sick band. Great music. If they take number one, I won't be disappointed. I feel like they deserve it.
maybe Gloom 1, No Life 2, maybe. I don't. Um,
So I'll take wherever.
but yeah, I haven't actually met Mikey. I've met two of the other members of the Gloom in the Corner, but haven't actually
Mhm,
met Mikey or Paul yet. So
mhm.
spoken to both of them through Messenger, but like most musicians, speak through Messenger but don't catch up at shows, which is no one's fault, obviously,
No, no,
because
it's a the environment, it's all go, go, go. So, sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. And it's usually not personal. It's usually just like, you're there for the job, you're there to do the thing. You need to warm up, pack up, all that stuff, sort of dust yourself off after getting super sweaty. So, you know, it's never personal. I don't personally find that anyway. So
oh no, no, I don't find it personal. And also, the two venues I've seen them at are probably the two venues that are impossible to get from one side of this area to the other in Stay
yeah,
Gold and the Deck in Traralgon.
yeah,
If those two venues are packed, you're not
mhm,
going to get across the other side.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
And then at the end, after I've asked Connor all the hard hitting questions, Connor can ask me a question if he
Oh,
wants.
all
So,
right, I can do that. Got one in my
nothing.
head already.
Oh, okay. Nothing's off topic either. Nothing I haven't been asked before. I've been asked some pretty weird and fucked up shit, Connor. So I think.
All right, we'll see if I can take the cake. No, I'm kidding. Mine's a bit more like the question I've got isn't that bad. It's a bit
Oh,
more related to music. So
okay, well,
yeah,
I'm keen to answer it and I'm keen to hear all the stuff.
yeah,
So, how did No Life form as a band?
yeah. So No Life actually started in 2019 with a completely different lineup, and we had a completely different sound. It was myself, my friend Jay, who used to be in Orchidectomy, my friend Ollie and Andrew. They were in a band called Treachery, and it was more like extortionist, distinguisher, more beatdowny sort of hardcore. And we were doing that, and then I had a bit of personal stuff going on, and I kind of stepped away from music for a wee bit. The other guys went on and did their own thing. And then I started working on some music that was more the sound that we've got now. Um, the guys were keen, and then just with their other projects, it kind of they realized that the trajectory that I wanted to take was a lot more than they could fit into their schedule. So they stood down, and like, we're still good mates. I still talk to them regularly. And then I engaged with DJ who was in Depths at the time, and he'd engineered my vocals in my previous project, and I'd always wanted to work with him. So I was in that 2021, 2022 sort of stage. There was like lockdown and all this sort of stuff, and I just wanted to be creative. So I guess technically we're a COVID band with what we sound like now. So I asked DJ if he was keen, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then we brought on Kahi and Mitch because they all lived in the same city. I lived in Christchurch, they live in Palmy, so it made sense for them all to be together, and I'd fly up and see them. And yeah, it started. So I guess technically we started in 2019, but we didn't start playing shows until 2022 with the sound that we've got now. So I guess there's kind of been like two sort of eras of the band. But yeah, 2019 and then a big break until 2022, really. So yeah, that's how it started.
And also, you did mention the C word in there, COVID. That would have taken up
Yeah.
a couple of the years that were between 2019 and 2022, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of like 2019, we did a couple of shows, and then it was just like, yeah, I'm kind of done with music at the time. Was over the scene, going through a lot of personal stuff, and I was, kind of washed my hands with music at the time, and then I just got this itch to get back into it. Music has always been what I think is my purpose in life, so it kind of came back, and yeah, so it was like late 2021, so it was like coming out of lockdown. So it wasn't too bad. I was able to record and DJ. I was able to like track the guitars and stuff. So we've always worked remotely anyway, so it's never been an issue. Um, And then same for when it comes to shows, like they do their own thing, and then I'll fly out a couple of weeks before we go on tour and we'll jam. So yeah, COVID didn't do too much. It was just more like, I had that time to sit around and do fuck all and be like, I actually want to do this. So let's, it's for myself, and I know for DJ, and I think I can speak for Kahi on this. It's kind of like, this is what we want to do. It's like, it's all in. And if it's not, then, be happy about where we get to when we do call it a day. So yeah, it's just like this burning fire that just needed to be lit. And I think it's starting to crank and stoke along quite well. So don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Well, I hope you don't either.
No,
I
we
don't.
won't
I
be.
hope a lot of these bands in Australia and New Zealand just keep going and going because I feel like the scene here and in New Zealand is the best I've seen probably since the Parkway, North Lane, Amity when they started out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I almost feel like it's bigger even in some ways. Like, because you got obviously Polaris and Speed as well. Alpha Wolf starting to make waves in the scene, both here in Australia and overseas, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, I feel like it's always that new generation, right? Like we see what works and what doesn't, and then you just get better and better and better. So I, I mean, the sort of the era that I grew up in, Christchurch it was fucking booming. There was like shows on every weekend. Like you'd catch the bus, and it was like that was our life, And then the earthquakes happened, and then it kind of fizzled out. The bands that were doing our thing either moved to Auckland or they moved overseas, and then it just died. And it's only just coming back now, but it's definitely coming back, and it is definitely strong in New Zealand, for example. It's definitely stronger than what it had previously been. I hope it gets back to what it used to be because it was like incredible. You pick of the lot of who you wanted to watch in the weekends, and it inspired a lot of musicians like Banks Arcade. You look at their front of house and manager Chucky. He is from Christchurch, from where I grew up, and he had a band called Six Slipper. And I remember going to shows as like an absolute grom and just being like, "The fuck, this is insane!" And now he's like touring internationally, doing his thing. But he inspired like the guys that I looked up to, and then hopefully there's myself that can inspire other kids and stuff. So it's definitely, and for New Zealand, it's definitely getting better. So I hope the trajectory just goes up and up and up. But in Australia, it looks, I've been I'm a bit like the boys take the piss out of me because I'm like obsessed with like music lore and the history of like New Zealand and Australia and even America and like the UK and stuff when it comes to this genre of music. So it's definitely looking like it's getting like it's better. So I mean, the music and the production work and the mixing and stuff is obviously tenfold better than what it was, 15 years ago, if not more. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see.
And I think also, like, the technology that we had 15, 16, even 20 years ago, like, YouTube might have just been a thing, like,
Yeah,
back then. And, we,
Spotify didn't exist. Look at Spotify. Like these bands that I've never even like from the other side of the fucking planet that live in bumfuck nowhere, and I know who they are. And it's cool. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, and it's also a curse.
mm, yes, Spotify has its goods and its bads, like
Yeah,
everything. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, I will steer clear of bagging out Spotify because I've done that to death. So
Yeah, I won't go won't bring up my thoughts on Spotify, but fair.
one big positive though of Spotify, I believe, Connor, is what you were saying just then about like bands from in the middle of nowhere. The thing about finding where your listeners are listening from on
Mm,
Spotify, that is a huge positive because if that wasn't there, people might think, oh, they're just listening from New Zealand or they're just listening from Australia to these
yeah,
bands.
it's definitely made music more accessible, which is quite cool. Because I remember going on like LimeWire and random blogs and going on MySpace and trying to find bands that like they had their top five or whatever, and I'd click on it and then be like, like the picture or the like the logo and then listen to their music. And now it's so much easier. So yeah, modern music is awesome.
Yes. Back to, of course, Ethan for a second. I reckon I wouldn't have found 90% of the bands that are from this country or from New Zealand if it wasn't for that New Music Friday. I think No
Yeah.
Life might have been one of those bands that I
Hell yeah.
found on there when Identity Crisis dropped. I think was the first time I saw this band No
Oh yeah.
Life. I'm like, okay, they're American, they're Canadian, and then no, from New Zealand. I'm like, what the fuck? How have I not noticed this band in the past?
I mean, we're relatively new. You know what? Technically coming up 3 years. So, and when we first started, I had no idea on how to do anything. Like since our first release, I've definitely studied up a wee bit, and I feel like I've got a fair idea on how to release music now, and I've got like a network of people and team behind me now that I can like engage with to help get our music out there. So, there's people in America that listen to our music and like, the Midwest in a town that I've never heard of that comment and like our stuff and buy our merch. And I'm like, man, that's incredible. So yeah, shout out to Ethan. Shout out to, I mean, Spotify. You're all right for now.
Well, might ask that in about 40 minutes' time. We might get a different response
Yeah,
to that.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I might get into it.
But no, that's awesome that, somewhere in the Midwest of the US, people are buying merch of No Life, and that's an important thing. I mean, turning up to the gigs is important, but also supporting the bands by buying a shirt or a hat or a hoodie, stubby holder, anything like that.
Yeah,
Every bit counts.
absolutely. Especially with the New Zealand dollar is weak. You don't get paid much money, so it helps. It helps a lot.
Sam needs to stop buying merch though because I'm
No, no,
running out of room for merch.
no. No, no,
It's
no, no. Keep buying it. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Connor, and I appreciate everyone in the scene, whether we've caught up in person or not. I think, in a way, as strange as this sounds, I feel like I know people better when I haven't met them in person than when I have actually, because I don't know, there's some connection when you talk through Messenger with a person, but talk to them before you actually meet up, and it's like, I never thought of it that way until I started doing this.
Hmm. It's a good take. I haven't really thought that much on it. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, I love a chinwag. I like meeting people and just who I am, sort of my upbringing and stuff. So, I love to, yeah, meet new people and Messenger, or, I mean, my nickname is the Punisher. So, I guess, actually meeting people in person as well. So, always up for a chat.
Always up. I love the whole always up for a chinwag. A chinwag sounds like it's someone who just loves to talk, which Connor
Yeah.
certainly does. I know I do, and I talk sometimes too much.
Yeah, probably same here. I say shit that I shouldn't.
How did you come up with the band name No Life?
So my favorite band of all time is Slipknot, and their self-titled album has a song called No Life, and that's my favorite song on the album. And when I was trying to think of a name for the band with, Ollie, Jay, Andrew, I was like, we're sitting in Ollie's studio slash bedroom, and we're like, think of a name, and I was like, I had been on Spotify listening to Slipknot, and I was like looking through just the track listing just to see if anything inspired me, like maybe a lyric, or because the music that we were trying to do was like, bringing that more new metal sound, and I was like, oh, No Life. I'm like, it kind of resonates with the lyrics that I'm writing about and their personal experiences. So yeah, it was like as soon as I said it out loud, everyone was like, that's the name. And I'm like, sweet, that's it. And yeah, it's not too deep. I would say. But yeah, it's just Slipknot's my favorite band, always will be. That album has shaped my life, and it's so aggressive. And I feel like the music that we're trying to capture is aggressive. So yeah, that's how the name came.
And what a killer album that is, self-titled.
Ah,
Like, shit, I don't
godly.
even. Is there a song Sam likes more than any other? I don't know. I love Surfacing. I love Spit It Out and Eyeless. It's
Yeah,
too hard to pick, seriously.
yeah. I mean, Iowa is definitely a step up and is even more aggressive. You know, it's like they fine tuned it on that album and went super, super pissed off. But yeah, there's just something about self-titled that's like this nostalgia. You know, I remember my best mate showing me that band. Fuck, I don't know how old I would have been. I want to say like 6 or 7, and had been on like his older brother like having like a VHS of like Headbangers Ball and it been on there and just been like, what the fuck? This band's incredible. Just like being mesmerized by the masks and like how creepy it was and just how pissed off. And I feel like all music that would, especially us as a band, is just trying to capture what nostalgia those albums brought us, you know? So yeah, self-titled. Thank you. Thank you, Slipknot.
Oh, there's something nostalgic in that answer as well. The thing called VHS and MTV Headbangers Ball. People will watch this interview and think, what in the fuck is a VHS?
Mm, showing our age.
Yes. Oh, gee. I remember I was a diehard Slipknot fan because I love horror movies, so big horror movie buff. And
Yeah.
Wait and Bleed, of course, was on the
Oh yeah.
Scream 3 soundtrack, and that's the
Of course
actual
too.
first Slipknot song I'd heard. I'm like, who is this band? I
Didn't they
mean,
have didn't they have a song? I remember watching Rollerball 2000 and them having a song on that and being like, what the hell? This is sick. This band. I want to be this band, you know?
they have a bit of a history of soundtracks. Resident Evil had My Plague, and
Yeah.
the second one had Vermilion Part 2. They've done a few, actually.
Yeah. Just great music.
Mm. But also, like, I know Rob Zombie was probably around at the same time, and Mudvayne
Ah,
only came about a year after, or 2 years after Slipknot. But I feel like Slipknot were one of the first bands to have that mask persona about them,
So
probably.
there was like Mushroom Head. I remember they had it as well. Yeah, did Cold Chamber? I can't remember if Cold Chamber did, but just that era of bands, man. Like, fuck, I can't remember their name. Ah, I'll remember it and I'll message it to you. But just like that early, like late '90s, early mid 2000s of just new metal. Like, fucking Limp Bizkit's one of my favorite bands as well, and Korn and all of that. So just that era, man. This is what we're trying to do, right? I feel like that's what everyone's trying to do at the moment. But now it's just like better production and these breakdowns and it's down tuned, you know, with sub drops and fucking all that crazy shit. So yeah.
The old Oz new metal 2000s. My brother was a massive. So, new metal was our household. My middle brother was into, yeah, the Corns, Limp Biscuits, Cold Chambers, Deftones, Seven Dust,
Ah,
literally.
Seven Dust. Oh god, hell yeah.
And I was just like, I probably know now nearly every new metal band on the planet because it's. Oh,
Oh, I remember now. 40 Below Summer. That's the band I was trying to think of. They were fucking sick too, man. I got one of their CDs in the garage somewhere, you know. They were fucking sick too. I don't know if you've heard them, but yeah, class
think you've
from
stumped
that
me,
that era.
Connor. I don't think I've heard of them actually.
I'll find a song for you later and I'll send it through. But yeah, 40 Below Summer, they were like around that sort of, Cold Chamber, more on that Cold Chamber sort of Mushroom Head sort of spectrum of new metal. But they're really cool. Really cool band.
I'm always keen to check out new bands, both overseas and here in Australia. I mean,
Awesome.
yes,
Well, I've
the
got you then.
you've stumped me, Connor. Not many people have stumped me with a band on this before, so
My finger's always on the pulse. I feel like that's like just music, man. I'm obsessed with it. It's a blessing and a curse, you know.
I can think of a lot worse things that are a curse or to be obsessed or addicted to than music. A lot
Mm.
worse. And working in a bistro in hospitality, I can think of one thing, and it's not alcohol, it's things called pokey machines. It's a way worse obsession than music.
Oh,
Way
mate,
worse.
I wouldn't even know what to do on a pokie machine. So I'll sit there and watch if someone wants to play on it.
I think the music and the lights and the sound just puts me off. It's just like ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh, it's giving me a headache. It's
Yeah, no, we'll stay away from that then.
thankfully where I work, I'm in the bistro, which is a little bit further away from where the pokies are, so you don't
That's
hear the
good.
noise unless you go near the pokies room. So,
Sweet.
ah, well, what has the response been like for One Hitter featuring 1056?
It's been good. Currently it's full. It's probably my favorite song that we've put out so far. Yeah, the numbers are doing well on Spotify, YouTube. It's going well. Um, Lots of compliments even from the guys in 1056, Aaron and Luca, from when they jumped on it. They really liked it. Yeah, it's a fun song. It was so cool to actually be able to play it on tour, and we're actually really inspired by Fractured by Graphic Nature for that song. So it was like kind of an homage to them. Um, yeah, it's DJ was on when he wrote that song, and then we got Buster on the mix. So I think all in all, it's solid. Uh, I'm just stoked that people like it and it's doing so well. Like the visuals are cool. The t-shirt that you're wearing, like I feel like we're cooking when we put that together. So yeah, you can expect songs that are better than that coming forward. So yeah, it's I feel like that's kind of like established us a wee bit, that song. It's kind of like our little magnum op. At the moment it's our magnum opus. So yeah, I could just hopefully we can top it, and I think we have. But yeah, I guess that'll be up for yourself and other listeners to decide. But yeah, One Hit has done well. It's fun. It's heavy. It's got everything that I like. So that's all I care about. I don't give a fuck if anyone likes it or not. I like it. So yeah.
I think that's pretty important what you just said, though, Connor. If the band and yourself enjoys the song or the music you're creating, I think that's as important as anything else, as well as the
Yeah,
fans loving it, obviously. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a good song, and I just hope that I feel like it's a good starting point. If people don't know who we are and they stumble across us, I feel like that's the song that people should check out. And I feel like it does. People might hear it and be like, "Oh fuck, what else has this band got?" So it's quite cool. I feel like that has happened. So same with Obnoxious as well. Thankfully, having Frankie on that song definitely helped with the reach, and he's an absolute legend. And caught up with him last week, I think. Um, Got a photo, and he signed my record of "Look at Yourself," and it's just cool having him on a song as well. So I feel like those two songs, like we've finally found like who we are as a band. We're not. We want to do stuff that we want to do now. It's not like, oh, let's try something like this because we like a band that did something like that. So um, yeah, like, I feel like One Hitter and Obnoxious are those two songs that if you don't know who we are, like those are the songs to check out, and then you'll be like, okay, like now I can dive in a bit further. So, yep, I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that
yes,
the people that do like it, the kind words that they've given us, it's really humbling, and I mean, it does make it worthwhile. But again, even if they didn't like it and I like it, like that's all that matters. I'm not doing this for anything else other than wanting to be creative and express myself. So yeah.
And this is a big call for Sam to say, because they have a lot of good songs, No Life. I'd almost say two of your three best songs are songs that feature other artists, as you said, Amua on Obnoxious, and of course
Mhm.
1056 on One Hitter. Now, I do love Knives Edge and obviously Identity Crisis and other songs, but I feel like those two in particular, and to
Mhm.
somewhat Puke as well with Plague of the Fallen, I feel like when a collaboration gels well together, it gels. And those
Yeah.
three in particular have worked in so well with who you've got featured on the song.
Yeah.
And
Well, going back to you mentioned Plague, so how I was mentioning before, like my best friend showing me Slipknot. That's Vin from Plague of the Fallen. He's been my best friend since we were 6 years old. I'm in 32 now. He's my ride or die. That man is fucking incredible, and the fact that he's on the song with me just is insane. You know, the reason I'm doing heavy music is because of that guy. So, you know, I feel like with all our features, with Obnoxious, I gave like Frankie let him do more of his own thing, but when we're thinking of songs and we're like, oh, we should get someone on it, we're thinking about them when I'm writing the lyrics, when I'm doing the phrasing. Obviously, they can like tweak it on their own kind of their own way, but yeah, I feel like we do features quite well, and it's not like blah, 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 breakdown, you know, or it's like we want them fully immersed in the song because we respect them, we like them as people, we love their band, so we when we're engaging with them and asking them to come on board, we want to make them a part of the song. It's not just like, oh, let's spend this money and have him just for clout or whatever. It's like, Emule's my favorite band of fucking all time as well. Um, we wrote Obnoxious and we're like, this. We wrote the song for Frankie, you know. So, and same with One Hitter, we wrote it and we're like, this needs Aaron. You know, it's just got that like swagger that he's got, and I love Luca's like how his voice sounds in contrast to Aaron's, and then even with my own, it's like all the right ingredients, you know. So I'm glad that you like Puke because that's one of my favorite songs as well, and Knives Edge as well. Like those four are my favorite songs that we've written and put out. So that's cool to hear.
like No Life, I'm a massive Plague of the Fallen fan. Like
Ah, so good,
that
so
song,
good.
Lord of Famine, that they released, I think it was last year. I might have my dates wrong, or earlier this year. I
It
need
was so,
to,
it was like the more recent song for sure.
yeah, and I thought, holy shit! Like I'd listened to the album before Lord of Famine, like I'm really starting to dig this stuff, and then there's something about a standalone single with bands. I don't know what it is, but I just love when they drop one that's not part of any album or EP. It's just a,
It's just on its own.
yeah.
Yeah. Ah, dude, keep an eye out because I don't know if you they've got some stuff coming out soon, and I've had the pleasure of listening to it, and Vin is, and everyone in that band, but Vin especially, he writes the music. He he is that band, you know, like it's, you know, take Frankie from Amure, like Amure is Frankie, or you know, so Plague is Vin, and he's just fucked, and he's so fucked in the best way, you know, like he loves what he does, and I owe a lot to him for all my passion with music as well. So he's just a freak, and you can tell he puts his all into it. And in my opinion, they're my favorite New Zealand band. I want them to fucking take over the world. You know, I know that Vin's really inspired by like Hate Eternal and Suffocation, but in my opinion, he's better than both those bands. And I think he deserves to tour the world. I think their band is just fucking goated. And his brother on drums, Stu, is a weapon. Ferg on guitar and backing, and now they've got two new members. Yeah, great band, and they deserve fucking all their flowers. So I'm, you know, laying it out for them.
So if anyone's watching this, go check out Plague as well as
Yeah,
No Life. and
Yeah,
all the other
Plague of the Fallen,
plague.
Christchurch, brutal death metal from Christchurch, New Zealand. They're
Yes.
incredible.
No, I haven't actually spoken to Vinny in quite I sent him a message a couple of months ago and he responded, but I think the problem is that when there's so many amazing bands, artists, and people in the scene, trying to actually message everyone and keep in touch is a lot
Harder,
harder than I thought it would be at
yeah.
first.
I mean, Vin is a very stoic man, so you getting a response is very impressive. I
Uh,
mean, I try to call him and I won't get an answer, and he'll be like, "What do you want?" you know. And we've been friends since we were kids, and we used to flat together, and we used to work together, and used to do competitive kickboxing together. But yeah, it's good that you got a response out of him.
yes, I
But
don't. I
nah, good
must
dude,
have.
good dude.
I think it was after Lord of Famine dropped. I reckon I sent him a message, and yeah, he responded. And like most bands and artists, very quickly, like
Yeah,
it was within, I reckon, 48 hours, which for anyone, like, I'm not fussed if it takes you 48 hours or it takes you 4 days. Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just sending the message. It doesn't bother me whether I
yeah,
get a
yeah.
response straight
Or
away or
not?
not. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. That's a good way to be. But yeah, Plague of the Fallen, man. Vin, incredible. I want to play more shows with them. I want to do more music together. I just want to see them I want them to go over to Australia. Like, they're sick. Like, I don't know many musicians who could compete with their level of skillship as well. You know, Stu has to be one of the best drummers I've ever witnessed. Um, fucking blast beats hard. You know, hits solid. Vin just sounds like a fucking pissed off Corey Taylor from like Iowa area, but he's like doing death metal, and the fact that he writes all that music, man, it's just they're just fucking incredible.
I think also with death metal and metal in general, I think the best bands out there are writing music that they're pissed off, right? Like they're writing it to sound like they're angry and pissed off, which I think it makes good for music in metal, especially because if you're writing happy songs, like there's certain songs out there from metal bands that can come across as happy, but they're not going to be successful like the songs that are, you
I
know,
think yeah, I think people
angry.
want something. I think they want stuff that they can relate to, or it incites an emotion that again resonates with them as well. So, not like not that they want to kill people or whatever, but they just got that that anger and stuff, and they hear a song like that. I think that's why I feel like Sworn Into have done so well with like the Death Card, because the music's like it's relatable. It's like, oh, I felt like that before. Oh, I'm not alone, and I feel like people will gravitate towards that. So that's why I feel like, yeah, heavy music has a fan base that it has, because all these people are like, oh, I feel like that, and it's like this person fucking gets me. Not that they've ever met each other, but it's like, it's like it incites a feeling or an emotion that makes them like care. So yeah, I don't think I've got a lot of baggage, so I've got a lot of angry songs, and I don't think I've got a lot of story to tell. So it's like if someone can resonate with that, that's mean, that's awesome.
But also, the other thing is, and I think we all seem to forget this, and I've noticed it here in Australia, Connor, that the metal scene might be all about, angry and throwing punches and moshing and doing all that. But I find the metal community to be the most inclusive and welcoming
Yeah.
community probably out of all the genres of music. Now, I don't know, like, I've been to some punk shows and alternative shows a lot, but it's more the metal shows that I feel
Mm.
like
There's a
it's
there's a community. There's a community. I feel like it's we're all outcasts essentially. So it's like, why would we want to make someone already feels like they're alone, more alone? So it's like I feel like there's lots of similar experiences, similar emotions, similar backgrounds that just people yeah, it's welcoming. I mean, I'm quite prominent in the drum and bass scene in Christchurch and the house scene and stuff as well, and it's different. Like my friend group is very tight knit and very welcoming, but yeah, the metal scene is very we're already the outcasts as is, so it's like let's just like eat at the table and like lift each other up. So I do really like that and appreciate that about metal.
And if you look at Sam, you wouldn't think he's metal at all, except for the
Yeah.
shirt,
Yeah,
obviously.
no, what do you mean? You got a brand new throat tat. You know,
Oh, have I? Oh, shit. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, you're into metal, but you don't look like a metalhead. I'm like, yeah, because I don't have tattoos and piercings. I think, in the metal scene, it's cool to see these musicians with tats and
yeah.
piercings and that. It's just, I do not like needles, and I probably will never get one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You don't need one. You don't need one to be cool. You are cool.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
yeah, and you're cool because,
Oh, shut
well,
up, mate.
well, I wouldn't come
Appreciate
and
it.
see No Life if
Yeah,
you
I
guys
probably
weren't
wish.
cool. That would be.
Yeah, we're shit. We're shit house. I don't know why. Don't know why I'm even on this interview right
I don't know
now.
what shows of No Lives you've been at, Connor, if you're saying yours is shit, because everything I've seen's been fucking amazing. So,
Ah, thank you. Appreciate it. It means a lot.
uh, all right. Well, favourite song to perform live? I know we've heard obnoxious and one hitter favourite songs of yours, but what song do you love performing?
Um, it'd have to be because we've only just started. We debuted one hitter on that Dissect tour, and like the drum and bass, like the jungle section at the end of that, it's like hella hype. So that's been real fun. Having Con up filling in on bass from Lyre, having him like do vocals on it, that was really cool. But it's either that or Puke, because whenever we play Puke, we'll either invite like either Vin will come up, or Con from Lyre will come up, or our friend Matt from the Rising Tide will come up. You know, it's there's heaps of energy, and it's kind of a party song, but it's also quite dark as well. So it'd be Puke or One Hitter would be my two favorite songs to play live. Knives Edge is up there because it's a real personal song for me and my upbringing and stuff. So that's fun to play, but it's fucking intense. There's not really much room to breathe. But yeah, we'll say Puke. We'll go Puke. That one's fun. It invites people to get up there, and the breakdown and Stuck in the Rabbit Hole seems to get people amped. So yeah, we'll go Puke. It's fun.
Good choice. Well, any choice is good because it's your favourite. That's the most important thing.
That's it.
Of course, Liar, the sick band out of Melbourne,
Yeah,
Australia.
great man.
Um,
Thanks up
I,
the team.
I actually finally met Dylan and Con, funnily enough, at their headline show for, I believe it was Slip Away at Last Chance. I might have
Oh,
the wrong single.
was it recent? It was recently, right?
It was recently. It was Liar. Oh, I've gone blank. Druid, Liar, All Monsters Are Human, and there was another band, and Sam's memory's just gone to shit.
I should know too because I'm a really good friend.
Oh,
um,
who was it? Fucking hell, Sam, that's bad.
naughty.
And I can't fucking look at YouTube or Facebook because it'll end the meeting, which I don't want to do yet,
No, no,
obviously.
no.
Oh, I've just gone a complete blank who the fourth band was because there were four bands, and no, it
Yeah,
wasn't
that.
Rising Tide. No, that was
No,
another
no.
one.
Yeah,
But
I can't help
yeah,
you. Sorry.
no, I'll know it when I get off this meeting. I'll look it up and I'm like, that's what I needed an
Uh,
hour ago. But
yeah, no, they're
no,
good. Great band. Incredible band. Great dudes. Dylan's an incredible singer. Colin's a sick screamer. He's got energy for days. Spac's a sick drummer. Mitch, the fucking wetter, is the man. I mean, we brought them out to New Zealand in 2023, so we're like pretty tight with those boys. So flowers to them as well. They deserve a lot more recognition and shows and I hope to see them, yeah, get put on more bills, man. Sick band.
Speaking of live, they are actually touring around Australia at the moment
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Yeah, they're doing like a, is it for the new song Severed, I think? Is what the
Yes.
tour's for. Yeah, yeah. So they tour. They played a show. I know they played Brisbane on Thursday, and they had Violent Conflict and Shokan on there. And we've toured with the tour that we did in our debut Australian tour was with Lyre and Violent Conflict. So it's cool to see. And Shokan opened the Brisbane show, so it's like real cool to um, see that sort of all the boys are still like teeing up and linking up and doing cool shit. So fucking big ups to all those bands.
Oh, and a massive Shokan fan, massive Violent Conflict fan. John from Shokan was on the audio podcast a couple of years ago. I
Yeah,
think, and yeah, have all the time in the world for those
yeah,
three
cool
bands.
guys.
And Product of Neglect is sick as well, the opener for that
Yeah,
Brisbane show.
I haven't heard them. I've seen their name pop up and I've been meaning to check them out. So maybe that's what I'll do when I finish up. I'll find you the 40 Below Summer song and then I'll give them a sniff and see what they're all about. But I've seen their name pop up, so I need to give them a listen.
Because a funny story about Product of Neglect and how I came across them, it wasn't even deliberate. I just literally was looking on, I think it was Facebook or something, and then I think it was either Brandon or Chris. It was one of the members of the band just messaged me and goes,
Hmm.
"Hey, you do a podcast?" I'm like, that was not what I was expecting to get a message like, given that we haven't actually, talked to each
Interacted.
other or
Yeah,
interacted. And they go, "Oh, we know who you are." I'm like,
cool.
okay,
That's a good
that's,
thing.
but nah, they're cool dudes, and
Yeah, I need
yeah,
to listen to them out. I need to listen to them.
no, there's a lot of bands out there that Sam still hasn't listened to that really needs to start getting into, including some bands from Australia that everyone's telling me to listen to that I haven't stumbled across yet. But
Oh, get onto it, lad. Sort it out.
ah, all right. Which band, if any band in the world that No Life would want to support, who would it be?
I think I've already mentioned them a lot. Slipknot and Amur. I mean, Amur, I know Amur have just been here, but well, been in Australia, so it'd be one of those two bands, man. I would sell my soul to the devil to do some tours with them. You know, I mean, I probably already have sold my soul, but no, I'm kidding. Um, yeah, those two bands, they are fucking sick. I mean, Linkin Park if Chester was still here, rest in peace. Them as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those bands. So yeah,
Three pretty sick bands there, and
100%.
another band we didn't mention in new metal, Linkin Park, one of the pioneers of that
They
early
are.
2000s.
Yeah, if you listen to go back and listen to Puke and the end section of vocals is a homage to Cure for the Itch of Hybrid Theory. So
Ah,
yeah,
learned something there. I did not realise that.
yeah,
So, and I listened to Puke and all of No Life
yeah.
music only about 5 hours ago. I should have that
Well,
tattooed in my brain.
yeah, it's just like, Cure for the Itch on Hybrid Theory is more of an interlude, and they've got Mr. Hahn, scratching up. But it was just like the lyric is like puke all your motherfucking life out. This ain't the stitch, the cure for your itch. It was just like a sort of like a little throwaway to them. Like Hybrid Theory, they can play that album front to back and never get tired of it. So, you know, um, yeah, if you ever listen, you might be like, oh fuck yeah. And then you can go listen to Cure for the Itch because it's fucking sick with all the scratching and stuff.
That whole, as you said, Connor, I mean, Hybrid Theory is the reason that I got into Linkin Park and mostly new metal because Paper Cut to this day is still one of my
Oh,
favourite Linkin Park songs, and it's the fucking opening track on Hybrid Theory. What an
yeah, it's good.
opening track!
Yeah, man, it's so good. I've actually got it's at my mum's somewhere, but I've got like this big tub of like big fucking container just like full of all my CDs. But I've got Hybrid Theory, but then I've got Reanimation as well and we've been talking for a while now that we need to do like a hybrid. We do like reanimation, like a deep cut on Delinquent. So maybe we'll do that at some point. I know that's like something we've spoken about, but just that, like Harbor Theory, reanimation, Meteora, there's the Jay Z, Collision Course. Like fuck that era.
There were some big names on that reanimation of Linkin Park, because I reckon Aaron Lewis from Stained, I think, might have collaborated on one of those songs as well, but I could have the wrong
I
album
don't
or
know. Don't know.
need the cover in front of me. Should have done it again.
Oh, McCain, you've done it again. Yeah, they're yeah, Linkin Park, man, so good. Yeah, listen to Puke. If you go back and listen to Puke, and at the end section, you'll hear it. Hopefully, yeah.
I'll more than like
There's a bit of lore for you.
I'll definitely be listening to No Life after this. Now, there is a thing of Sam generally listens to the band more after he interviews someone from the band, but I don't know if that's actually possible with No Life, because I've listened to him so much before the interview. It's sort of like, how can I top that? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, keep listening. I mean, it means the world like hearing, you speak so fondly of our band. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
no worries at all. And I think Puke is on that list tomorrow, I think.
Ooh,
If
fucking shit. How good.
yeah, there were two songs off Delinquent, I reckon. And I reckon one of them was Knives Edge. I feel like Puke was the other one. I
Uh-huh.
need the list again in front of me, which Sam doesn't have.
Yeah, they're good. Good songs. Look Inside's fun too. I like that one. That's got like a real cool like circle pit sort of bit in it. And then the Lies We Tell Ourselves is like a throwback to Eyeless by Slipknot, but the opening break beat and stuff. So yeah, fucking sure.
Yes. Is that one of the best starts to a song by any band, Slipknot Eyeless? Outside of maybe Spit It Out. Like, I feel like that start.
Yeah. Have you listened to the Hyper remix of Spit It Out?
No, I haven't.
Oh, bro, you need to. It's like so much more aggressive. It's yeah. I don't know what the story is behind that, but it's like one of the bonus tracks. But it's on Spotify. But yeah, Spit It Out Hyper remix, and it's just like way more pissed off. It's a bit faster, but yeah, it's cool. It's a
Just
great
gonna,
song.
I was gonna say, is there any way the Spit It Out can get any more pissed
Oh,
off
trust
than
me,
it already is? I mean,
trust trust me, man. It'll fuck you up in the best ways possible. It's
if
good. It's good.
there's problems after this and Sam's going all out anger, punching things, that we'll
Yeah.
just blame Slipknot, like
Yep.
most people probably would do.
Yep.
But the thing is, though, I'm not an angry person, so I feel like Slipknot, about 50 listens it would take for me to get that pissed off, angry Sam.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, I'm pretty aggressive kind of. Well, I do like kickboxing and stuff, and you got my outlets and stuff. But yeah, some I can just listen to one song. I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'm ready to go. 10 toes down, hands up.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, metal in general, like, I've never come across, like, the metal vocalists seem to be the nicest people in the industry. Now, I know drummers are gonna say they are and all that, but I've never come across a metal vocalist that has actually been arrogant. Like, in a sense, you have to have a bit of confidence about you and
Mhm.
swagger and that, but no one has come across as just like, oh, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you, sort of thing. And I think that's what impresses me most about the metal scene, is that it
Mm.
seems that it's just it's their, a lot of their people's appearances get judged because they wear masks or they have tattoos or they look scary and scream at you, but take them off the stage, they're a completely different person.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's like I feel like with the genre itself, like you can meet your idols. Like I'll never meet Taylor Swift or I'll never meet Sabrina Carpenter, like they're just like an echelon, like untouchable almost. But then with this genre, even like, Slipknot, I went to Knot Fest earlier this year and got to shake Corey Taylor's hand and get a signature from him, and meet Frankie Palmieri and get him on a song, and meet Aaron and Luca from 1056 and get them on a song, or these people that we all revere and look up to and enjoy their music. You can, there's a sense of like you could interact with them, which I really like about the genre, and I think that's why it's so special. And I feel like that's why the fan base and the people that listen to it are so are so supportive of it, because it's real. It's not some fucking ghostwriter and 1,000 producers that you know I'm going on a tangent here, but I think there's just something special about the genre, and it's cool that we can engage and meet people and talk to them and do stuff like this, and yeah, it's sick.
And I also think at the end of the day, what you got to remember with these musicians and idols and that is they're just like any other person on the planet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, they might be, like, for example, say Winston McCall or Corey Taylor or any of those names. They might be in the biggest metal bands this century, but they're still just like everyone else.
Yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. It's great.
Mm. And if you have that attitude, look how big. I mean, Parkway Drive are the biggest band in Australia and one of the biggest in the world.
Mm.
And they're
And the humble
boys
as.
humble as, and they're from fucking Byron Bay. I mean, they're not from Melbourne, they're not from Sydney, they're from Byron Bay. That's put that town on the map to have Inhart's Wake and Parkway to come out of that
Yeah,
town. I mean,
it's awesome. I remember meeting Winston Call when I was like 17. They were touring Deep Blue, and it was one of the Christchurch had just had the earthquakes, and we're all stressing out thinking they were going to cancel. And it was like Parkway Drive, The Devil Wears Prada, and The Ghost Inside, and then the local opener. And I remember catching it, like getting a photo of Winston, like having a chin wag, and I was like, this guy's fucking awesome, And it's like to see where they are now is insane. But the fact that they're probably still the same people that they were when they first started, so it's sick, and that's why the genre is so special.
what a fucking sick lineup that would have been.
Yeah,
Ghost
oh, bro,
Inside and Devil Wears Prada with Parkway alone. Fuck yes.
yeah, it was fucked. It was great.
Was that
Yeah.
after because the Ghost Inside, for those that don't know, there was the tour bus crash back in
Uh,
2015. Was that their first tour back?
no, it was before, it was 2011.
Oh,
So
yep.
fucking age, 14 years ago, long time ago. Yeah, they played Christchurch, and I feel like that was like one of the last like well, our fourth came back to Christchurch last year, and which was incredible because that place used to be a hub. And then the earthquake happened, and it kind of fucked everything, and bands stopped coming. But yeah, I feel like Parkway were one of the last sort of big bands that came through there. I mean, I'm pretty sure Northlane came through when they had Adrian on vocals, and Volumes and stuff came through, but it was all like after the earthquakes and it started simmering down and wasn't as pumping. But yeah, Deep Blue, and it was called the Bedford, and Loose. So much like sanctioned violence, no one got hurt, which was great.
No, that's one thing you want is no one getting seriously hurt at
Yeah,
gigs. It does happen from time to time, but yeah, I think after the Limp Bizkit incident of 2001 at the big day out Sydney, I think a lot's been put in place where we don't want shit to happen like what happened at fucking Astro World or whatever it was, the Travis Scott show in.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, don't want that shit happening.
Nah, it's good. We don't want that at all. Everyone's there to have a good time and enjoy themselves. They don't deserve to go home injured or, you know, maimed.
Mm. And of course, where I'm from Gippsland in Australia, people, I'll just say an hour and a half from Melbourne, there's a little festival that used to be in Tarwin Lower, just over the
Oh,
other
Unified?
side, Unified, that everyone's like, "Oh, Parkway and Architects haven't played Gippsland." I'm like, "You want to make a bet?" I mean,
I went to that Unify
yeah.
actually. That was
So
incredible.
yeah, it's
2017, 2018, I can't remember.
2018, I think it was, because I reckon Tonight Alive and 4 Year Strong with their
Yeah, they
mirrors.
were.
Yep,
Not Loose played. Hellions played. I remember that.
love Hellions.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, my good friends, I mean, they're not a band anymore, but Archive, they're a Melbourne band. I remember staying at Court's house, the vocalist, and he gave me like a AAA pass, and I hung out for like Not Loose and 4 Year Strong because they played 170 Russell. And they were opening, so it was like real cool. And then the next day, my mates from WA picked me up and we drove to Tarwin and that was awesome.
Oh, I miss the Unified days. So
Same,
many.
bring it back.
Yeah, especially for Gippsland. Like, everyone's like, oh, you've got some big bands coming out of Gippsland now. And it's like, we do, but we can't get the shows that Melbourne are getting
Mm.
because, like, and I've got to be careful because being a fellow Gippslander, but we don't have the venues or the numerous venues that a Melbourne has. Like, Melbourne, you Stay Gold and Bergie, Bendigo Hotel, and all that, that can host so many shows. Gippsland really
Yeah,
only has two or three venues, and trying to get Melburnians to come to Gippsland is easier said than done.
yeah, yeah. It's they need to bring that back. It was so much fun. I mean, I know it costs a lot of money. There's a lot of like obviously insurance premiums and stuff have all gone up, and cost of living and just the world that we live in at the moment is pretty chaotic. So it's like I get it, but man, if they could bring it back, it'd be sick. I'd love to play it too. It'd be so much fun.
Oh, that would be sick to see No Life at
Yeah,
Unify.
I just love camping, man.
Yeah,
You know,
see, I'm not the biggest fan of camping, Connor, but when it came to Unify, I'm just like, no, I'm happy to camp 3 or 4 days. You know,
yeah, it's great.
half the time you're not even camping or sleeping, you're generally.
Yeah, partying.
I think the funny thing about Unify was that Ocean Sleeper are from Sale, and they only ever played Unify twice, yet they were only like an hour away from where the festival was being held. Now, I don't know if that's that they had other things happening or that, but I'm like, you want Gippsland Band, Ocean Sleeper and Atlas are literally an hour from the actual festival.
Mm.
But
Both sick bands. Love both those bands. Had the pleasure of touring with Atlas last year, so that's sick. They're great. Ocean Sleeper incredible.
yeah, no, I'm a massive fan of both those bands. I mean, Ocean Sleeper, probably the reason I got into the metal scene here in Victoria because I was like, who is this awesome band? And then read their backstory and they're from Sale. I'm like, these guys are from fucking Gippsland and they're now one of the biggest bands in Australia, or about to be one of the biggest bands. It's
Mhm. Yeah, they're cool. Good on them as well, going to America on their own back, and it's wicked. Love their music, man. That's so cool.
No, I love them, and of course they are playing Froth and Fury, and they're also playing the boat cruise thing next year with Parkway and
Oh, hell yeah.
Construct and all those other bands. I was like, if I had to spare certain amount of money to go on that, I would, but
Yeah. It looks fun. That'd be
mm.
cool.
But
Be
then I
fair.
realised I got to get to Sydney as well because
It's a mish.
so
More money to spend.
yes, even though it is going to a good home and obviously supporting live music, but don't have 2.5 grand spare.
I don't think any of us do, to be honest.
Wasn't there? I think there was a payment plan. You could do pay over a certain
Oh,
amount of months.
like an afterpay kind of thing.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't even think that would help the situation.
I'm pretty sure it sold out real quick too. So you know,
Mm. No surprise, really, when you got, yeah, In Heart's Wake and Parkway as two of the headliners.
And on a cruise? Hell yeah.
And
Hell
I'm,
yeah.
and I'm not really good with seasickness, so that probably.
Pretty
Well,
cool.
I've only got two more questions, Connor, because we've covered so much stuff. And
Hmm.
then if Connor wants to ask the question, he'll have the floor in about 10 minutes' time.
Sweet.
Where do you see No Life in 5 years' time?
That's a good question. Hopefully doing it as a full-time thing. Um, that's the dream, right? That's why we're all doing it. Um, Hopefully we get over to like Europe and the UK and maybe the States. I just want to do this is all I care about, you know. So hopefully with the mahi and the hustle that we put in, hopefully we can turn this into a full-time thing. So 5 years time, hopefully sign, doing, Alpha Wolf are definitely, we're all around the same age, not as musicians, but as people. So it's like, they've definitely inspired me a lot to see where, this thing can, coming from Tasmania, I'm from Christchurch, which is fucking at the bottom of the planet. It's a small country. The music scene in New Zealand is tiny. So seeing what they've been able to achieve, like they've definitely inspired me to try and chase that dream. And so hopefully I can turn it to a reality. So yeah, hopefully, life's dropped a couple of albums and is signed and touring the world. That's where hopefully I can see us in 5 years' time.
And realistic dreams as well. Like, you know, playing some overseas shows, a couple of albums, and I think anything's achievable if you've got the passion and the strive for it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm special or the music they were doing. Like I don't think there's anything special about me or anything like that. But I feel like there's something special about No Life as a project. So hopefully we can just keep doing our thing and feel like the music that we're putting out is all authentic. It's lived experience. It's personal. It's not me trying to like swing my dick around or anything. It's just trying to be real. So hopefully that can resonate and the right ears hear it and they want to take us. They want to back us. Like Tim, he's backed us, and I owe a lot to that man and to Obsolete. So hopefully we can just keep doing the thing and it's just work hard and be undeniable. I guess is like kind of like my philosophy at the moment. It's just keep working and you know I'm sure it will pay off in one way or another. So touch wood, it happens.
I'll have to get over and introduce. I don't think we've spoken through Messenger, but I still haven't actually met Tim in person from Obsolete. So we'll have to
Oh,
at some stage.
he's the man. He is fucking awesome, bro. He is such a genuine human. He's got a lot of love and care for not only No Life, but the other bands on Obsolete, but just music in general, man. Like that guy, he cares, and that's sick. So I wish him all the best, and I hope Obsolete take over the world, which hopefully, all going well, they do.
Yes. And support Obsolete any gigs they put on in Australia, New Zealand, worldwide, because I haven't been to a bad show yet, and I would say this that they're getting better each show, which is
Facts.
something not easy to do to better the
No,
last show you put on, but they are doing it.
yeah, absolutely. They are. So watch the space, keep an eye on them. Great dudes supporting local and international music. Can't
Ac-
fault them.
Actually, I think I've got a show that Tim's doing in a couple of weeks' time at Bergie. I think it's Cultists, Pray For
Yeah.
Me, and
Seek
Seek
Misery.
Misery. Yeah, three fucking sick bands too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You gotta go. You gotta go to
Yeah.
that.
When I saw Cultists and Seek Misery, I'm just like, I'm here already. And then I listened to Pray For Me the other day. I'm like, yep, now it's just given me even more reason to
Yeah.
go.
Reinforced it, eh? Reinforced the decision. Hell
I,
yeah.
I saw Seek Misery and Cultist earlier in the year, and they were both sick as. Not at the same gig, but separate
Yeah, yeah.
gigs.
Yeah.
And
Both cool bands. We've had the privilege of performing with both of them, and awesome dudes, awesome music. So, you go out and support them. Whoever's listening, watching, those bands, and pray. Um, just go support fucking the scene, man. There's so many cool bands, and more often than they're not, they're all pretty sick people. So, you know, keep it up.
Oh, I'm super keen, speaking of albums to drop and releases, I'm really keen for Seek Misery's new album to
Yeah,
drop. It's only about, I think it's a month away. I think it's middle of November, if I'm correct.
I think it's like the 16th or 14th, 5th. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
one of those days, but yeah, be cool to see it drop. Good
Because
dudes.
when I heard, well, mainly Scuzz to bear your name, like with To the Grave, because I'm a fucking huge To the Grave fan. I thought, again, this collaboration is working, and I mean, Seek Misery To the Grave in the song is just fucking insane.
Massive. Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, Dane, what a vocalist. And they shout out to them, man. They last year they gave me the privilege of jumping on a song and also gave us the opportunity to go out and support them for their album release, and just such cool people, man. Like I've got so much time for every single one of those guys in that band, and the cause and the message that they stand behind is incredible. And the fact that they jumped on a song with Seek Misery, who themselves are great dudes as well. So it's really cool to see this happening. Just what it's all about, right? Community, collaboration, lifting each other up. It's great.
100%. I feel like, oh, that's the first time I saw No Life last year was on that To the Grave album tour
Wonder
at
Man.
Stay Gold. Shit,
Yep.
that's a year ago. Hard to believe that.
Yeah.
Lots
Yeah, that's
happened.
great. It's gone fast. Gone
Yeah, it
real
feels like it
fast.
was only like 4 months ago, that tour, and it's like, nah, it's not.
No, it's
It's
longer than that. It's over a year.
oh, all right.
Crazy.
And the last question is, what advice would you give to bands artists starting out?
Oh, good question. Have fun, man. Obviously, have fun. I feel like we've been guilty of it in the past, is like putting these internal deadlines on ourselves and stressing ourselves out. You can't rush greatness, in my opinion. So if it takes you a little bit longer to get all your eggs in the basket, do it. Um, don't. Another one is like bands that are just starting out and they want to drop albums. Don't do that. Build yourself up, put some singles out, and then make yourself bigger. Like make people want to hear you, and then maybe labels might be interested, and if they are, then that's when you do the album. So, I mean, be smart with your craft and just have fun. And another big one as well is don't feel threatened by other bands. It's not what it's about. We do this because we enjoy it and love creating. So there's plenty of room at the table. Everyone can eat. So just have fun, do what you care about, and don't rush it if you don't need to. That's what I got to say.
That's very valid, the don't rush things, I think, because if it does take a little bit longer to get a single or an EP or an album released, but the finished product is what you want it to be,
Yeah,
then I feel, yeah, take as long
yeah,
as you possibly
yeah.
want, because it's not cheap to record an album or an
It's
EP.
not. Yeah, and then everything else that goes with it. Marketing, PR. Platforms if you want to put your music video on there, unless you're doing it on yourselves. But everything costs money, so it's like save your money, get it to get the mix happy. Don't rush a mix. Don't just have fun. Just have fun with it and get it to the point that you feel content and you feel happy that it can come out. So yeah,
No. Very, very good advice from someone who is in the scene, unlike Sam trying to give advice to people because he's not a
no,
musician.
no, no. Well, hey, you're a part of the community, man, and I feel like criticism and critique is a good thing, you know. Opens you up. You might not look at things on the same lens and be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it's nice. You know, you care about the music, and it's cool that we're doing this, and yeah, appreciate it.
I can't believe where the time's gone. How the
It's fun,
fuck
quick.
has it been an hour and 24 minutes? I'm like,
I know.
nah. Only
It's
feels
gone.
like we just got on.
It's
Shit.
gone quick. All right,
uh,
I've got my question for you.
all right, well, the floor's yours, Connor, as they say.
All right, what has been your favorite show of 2025
Oh, I love that question. And fuck, that's
to this
actually a
day?
lot.
To this day,
Yeah, shit,
you can give
that's
me
a.
you can give me a top three. Give me your top three.
I think your band's definitely going to feature, not being biased, but I
Uh-huh.
think that Dissect show at Stay Gold is definitely
Uh-huh.
in the top three.
Yeah.
New Year's, what was it called? New Year's Day Fest, or it was something at Stay Gold again. Surprise! It
Hmm.
was Red Hook Vilify, uh, Day Saints, the city, and a whole bunch of bands. That was
That
sick
sounds cool.
as.
Hmm.
And I felt like the Ocean Sleeper show at 170 Russell with
Oh, that would be
heists
cool.
and
Yep.
a couple of international bands. That was just fucking insane. Like,
Hell yeah. Three awesome shows.
but narrowing it down to even three, Connor's a lot easier than.
We'll take those are good choices. Those are good choices. So yeah, I'm glad it was a stump. It stumped you a wee bit. So there we go.
All right, I'm going to reverse the question. Maybe not top three, but what's the show that has stood out for you this year that you've been to, or festival?
Uh good good question. Uh, it would have to be Void of Vision. Watching them at Newcastle for their farewell tour was incredible. That band is fucking will forever go down in history as one of Australia's best bands. I think Jack is the best frontman, period. I don't think anyone will top him. His vocal range is incredible. The way that he commands the stage is incredible, and he blew me away. So it'd be them.
Good choice. And
Yeah,
sadly, I missed out on the Void Division farewell tour, but I did see them at Knotfest a couple of years ago,
that's
and
good.
they
That's good.
they were fucking insane. And
Yeah.
what Jack in particular is doing now for Core on Triple J with the metal show
Yeah, it's
is
cool. It's awesome.
incredible as well because there's something about Jack Burgeon. Well, I mean, everything Void's done is killer. His collaboration on the alt song APEP, of course, South Australian band Alt. Just anything he does turns to gold, really.
Ah, absolutely. The dude's fucking yeah, I've got to take a lot of he inspires me a lot with both my sort of mid higher range and then just the way that I've started trying to own the stage a bit more. It's definitely I owe a lot to him. Not that we've ever had the opportunity of crossing paths or anything, but yeah, he's that band is yeah. I'm sad that they've called it a day, but they went out on a high, and that new album is fucked. It's so good, and the fact that they went back to Sam Vassal is really cool as well. So I like that whole like full circle moment kind of thing. So yeah, that show it was like kind of back to back. I went to Throne the night before, and then that on which was on the Friday, and then that on the Saturday. And Throne was incredible as well. And Half Me and Dissect and Outsider were really cool. But yeah, there was just something about watching Void, man. Just watching Jack do his thing. It's just yeah, it was mesmerizing. It was great.
And also, there's the point where you can say, I was there at the very last, or one of the very last Void of Vision shows.
Yeah, it was my first time and last time seeing them. So that sucks, but
Well, you never
yep.
know. Australia does have this tendency to do comeback tours.
Yeah, yeah.
Some musicians, John
Maybe down the
Farnham.
yeah, maybe down the line, but yeah, they're great, man. That's the best show I've ever been. Hands down, the best show I've ever been to. Yep.
No. Well, that's awesome, and Throne would have been sick the night before as well. Like,
Insane.
Oh, but no, I like the question you threw me. It put me off a bit and stumped me, but that's what this part of the interview is about.
That's it.
Because
That's it. I mean, it wasn't fucked up, which is good. Wanted to don't want to fuck you up.
I've gotten used to it by now, Connor. Like, if I hear a question, just like, all right, this is something I've been asked before, or it's certainly along the same lines as it, and I'm just like, it's as an interviewer, it's something you have to get used to because
Yeah,
the
for sure.
person on the other end, you don't, unless you've met them before. There's been a couple of cases where people have asked me some fucked up shit, but it's because we've known each other for years, and
Yeah.
but yeah, it's sort of like I've got to expect the unexpected as an
Mm,
interviewer.
absolutely. Ah, all good.
Well,
Sweet.
I always say this every interview, and this is no exception, is the time I don't like is when the interview actually has to end. But because there is the actual time difference, if
Yeah.
if it was Melbourne and Sydney or something, it'd be like, oh no, we don't have to worry. But it's nearly 7:30 in New Zealand, and
Yeah. I need to eat some food.
yeah, I was
You know?
gonna say you're probably getting pretty hungry by now,
Yeah.
Connor.
Yeah, I am.
But Connor from No Life, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'd have Connor back on any time in the future.
Thank you.
And
Gladly come back.
oh well, yeah, not next week or next month, obviously, but definitely in the future. And
For sure.
I'll keep supporting No Life. Whatever happens in the countdown at the end of the year, obnoxious one hitter, they deserve their spots. I don't even
Absolutely.
know where they're going to come in yet. So,
Nah, nice. Appreciate it. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat and for the questions. And hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. And I'll see you through these songs. And we'll chat again soon.
yeah, definitely, Connor. And same to you.
Awesome.
Have a great rest of your Sunday and we'll keep in touch.
Sounds good, brother. Thank you so much.
No worries, Connor. Catch up.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers, bro. Bye.